Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to get started in about 20 seconds. So, for those of you here in person, if you want to grab another cup of amazing lemonade, please grab it and have a seat. We're going to get things kicked off here live in person and for our viewers watching at home. So, hey, it's 12:30. All right, I'm going to look for the big thumbs up from our AV live stream crew to tell us when we're ready to go live. And then I'll be introducing our Mayor Pro Tem, who will lead us in the flag salute in just a moment. Are we good? Okay. All right, well, welcome everyone to the 2021 Lomita State of the City. Let's give ourselves a big hand for being here, yes? My name is Heidi Butzine. I'm the President and CEO of the Lomita Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for joining us here today, whether you're watching us online or you're here together again in person. It feels good to be back here in this gymnasium, doesn't it? Shortly, we'll hear from our Mayor Pro Tem, Cindy Segawa, followed by Mayor Mark Waronek. But first, I would like to thank our sponsors who have helped make today's event possible. Thank you to California Water Service, the Picerne Group out there online, Southern California Edison, Water Replenishment District, Thompson Building Materials, Trepepe Smith, South Bay Credit Union, South Bay Workforce Investment Board, also known as the WIB, Coastal Funeral Center, Nickerson Insurance Services, and Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Miss Jane Lau. Please give our sponsors a big round of applause. We thank all of our sponsors and all of you for your active engagement and commitment to our community in supporting this event and making it possible. So now, without further ado, I would like to introduce the illustrious Miss Mayor Pro Tem, Cindy Segawa, to join me on the stage and lead us in the flag salute.
Thank you very much, Heidi. And good afternoon, everyone. I am Cindy Segawa, and I have the honor of serving as the Mayor Pro Tem for this past year. On behalf of the Lomita City Council and the City of Lomita, I would like to take a moment to welcome you to our 6th annual State of the City. We're so glad that you could join us in person and virtually today for a look at what is happening in our city and for being a part of what makes Lomita a great community. Before we get started, I would like to give a special thanks to Heidi and her team at the Lomita Chamber of Commerce for hosting and coordinating this year's event. I personally don't know where the businesses in Lomita would be without the Chamber because, in my opinion, they have given the businesses so much information throughout this entire pandemic, and I think that they've really worked hard to support them. I'd like to recognize my hardworking city council members. We have Councilmember Jim Gazeley. We have William Uphoff and his wife Karen. We have Barry Waite and his wife Margie. And of course, we have our Mayor, Mark Waronek. And my husband, Chris Segawa, is here with me this afternoon. I'd also like to recognize the former Mayor, Henry Sanchez, as well as his wife, Nancy. And I'd like to recognize the former city council member and I believe also former mayor of Lomita, Susie Dever. And she also represents the Lomita Railroad Museum and is a member of the Lomita Harbor City Kiwanis Club. I want to recognize our city manager, Ryan Smoot, and our our Team Lomita staff that are with us. If you'd all please stand up, Lomita staff. Ryan always refers to our staff as Team Lomita, and these events don't come together without their hard work. And I'm very proud of our city team and our staff, and I'm pleased to say that all the accomplishments we're talking about today are a result of our teamwork, love of this community, and hard work to make it a better place. Lomita is fortunate to have the support of our legislative colleagues, and I would like to introduce them. From Assembly District 66, and I'm sorry, Assemblyman Al, if I butcher your name, my husband tells me I don't say it right. Assemblymember Al Marsucci, who is joining us virtually. We have from Congresswoman Maxine Waters' office representing the 43rd Congressional District, Hamilton Cloud, who is also joining us virtually. We would like to recognize State Senator Ben Allen, representing Senate District 26, and 4th District LA Council Supervisor Janice Hahn. These representatives have been longtime friends of Lomita, and we appreciate their sponsorship and partnership and all the hard work they do for our community. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I also want to recognize Captain Jim Powers, Deputy John Despot, Lieutenant Michael White, and if the rest of the deputies from the station would stand so that we can recognize you as well. We are also very fortunate to have with us Battalion Chief Keith Harder, Community Services Liaison Rosemary Vivero from the LA County Fire Department, and their team at Station 6 for their invaluable service day and night to keep us all safe. I also would like to introduce Jeffrey Prang from the County Assessor's Office. And I need to also recognize some of our local businesses, chamber members, and community partners that are here today and work so hard to make Lomita a better place. Tara Niesenhauser from Community's Child. And from the Lomita Harbor City Kiwanis, we have the immediate past president, Stephen Huda. And from our Public Safety and Traffic Commission, we have John Ballard. Thank you for seeing the potential in our community and making the choice to invest here. We consider you we want you to consider the City Council, Team Lomita, and the Lomita Chamber as your partners in making your business a success. Now I'd like to invite the Narbonne High School Junior ROTC to lead us in the flag ceremonies. Would you all please stand for the pledge? Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may all be seated, thank you. And we would like to thank Senior Chief Chapman and the ROTC for your great work and service to Lomita. Go Gauchos! The theme for today is When Life Gives You Lemons, Plant Seeds for the Future, and that is exactly what we have done this year. By adjusting and adapting and getting creative, we have made the best of every situation this year. What you're about to see and what the mayor will discuss in a bit are just some of the small ways we are moving Lomita forward. First and foremost this year has been the ever-challenging response to the ongoing pandemic. As it has for every aspect of our life, 2021 proved to be busy for us as we continue to make adjustment after adjustment to the services we provide in response to county and state guidance. Although we are slowly coming out of the fog of the pandemic, there is still a lot of work ahead of us. This year, we were able to pivot and continue providing all our services to our community remotely through the pandemic. Following state and county mandates, City Hall and city facilities reopened on July 1st for in-person services with safety measures in place, and I am proud to say that we are continuing to serve our community and keep our team and our residents safe at this time. The city's Lift Up Lomita campaign has successfully connected and engaged the community during the pandemic and has received statewide recognition. The past couple of years have forced us to rethink every aspect of what services we provide and how to connect our community, but in true Lomita fashion, we took it as an opportunity to do things a new way and we got creative. Because of our efforts, we have fared better than some of our neighboring communities. If you're looking to get vaccinated or to get a booster shot, we encourage you to reach out to us and we can help you to find the services you might need. Supporting our community has been a team effort that includes so many groups and individuals. I want to thank each and every one of you. We had a successful drive-through food giveaway that was made possible through partnership with Supervisor Janice Hahn, the Los Angeles Food Bank, the Lomita Sheriff Station, and the local nonprofit Community's Child. Through the event, we were able to distribute free food to over 900 families across Lomita and Harbor City area. We also recognized generous donations of thousands of face masks and bottles of hand sanitizer from Bread of Life Church and Torrance City Councilman George Chen, and have been able to distribute those to seniors and at-risk groups in all over Lomita. Through our Lift Up Lomita program, we will continue to collaborate with our community partners and connect with our residents with a helping hand wherever we can. Although the pandemic has been fresh in our mind, there is still plenty of work to be done in all other areas of the community we support. This year, the City Council took the opportunity to revise and review its short and long-term goals for the city. I will provide a quick overview, but you will hear more about these from Mayor Waronek in a bit. Under infrastructure, we will continue to invest in our streets and our water system. We will continue to improve our water quality across the city. Under economic development, we will continue to build our downtown core and support growth and business development along Pacific Coast Highway. Public safety, always a top priority, will continue to be a focus. We will place a focus on long-term planning around housing development and the requirements being pushed on us by the state. The council will boost our legislative advocacy and regional engagement to make Lomita's voice known to our regional and state partners. We will continue to ensure Lomita's long-term financial stability, and of course, we will build on the lessons we have learned during the pandemic. These overarching goals are the focus points of our Team Lomita and provide a plan to help us plant the seeds for the future. With those goals in mind, I will turn it back over to Heidi for a conversation with the mayor about some of the projects and programs that are helping us to bring those goals to life. Again, thank you for being here, Heidi and Mayor Waronek.
Well, hello again. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Cindy Segawa. Can we please give her a hand? So 2 years ago, we were on this very same stage. 2 years. It's been a long time. Feels like a long time. And I was lucky enough to be in this chair with my partner, Eric, who's watching at home. Thank you for manning the store while we're here having fun. And our mayor was asking us questions because we were a startup chamber. We brought Lomita Chamber back, and we were talking about priorities and future planning and all of that. But now I get the honor to ask our mayor some questions. But before we get started, I know you wanted to share a few words, so go ahead.
Just remember, I was very nice to you, so please be nice to me.
Wait for the lightning round.
First of all, welcome again. Thank you for being here. I know you could be doing a million other things, especially with the holiday season. We're, 24 days away from Christmas. Some of you are celebrating Hanukkah, so I know that there's other places you could be. So thank you for being here today. I also want to say thank you to my good buddy, Jeff Prang. He swore Jim Gazeley in almost 4 years ago. So thank you, Jeff. We go way back to when you were a deputy for Councilmember Ruth Galaner, and I worked with Councilmember Rudy Savornich back in the mid-'90s. So it's nice that our friendship has lasted this long, and please give my best to Ray when you get home. I also want to acknowledge Fabiola Ochoa back there, who, as you can see on the lemonade glasses, SoCal Gas. She has been a community partner with the city of Lomita and was a big sponsor for our Lemonade Day. So I want to acknowledge you, Fabiola, for being here today. I see so many friendly faces, and thank you for being here. It's so nice that our fire department is here, Lomita Fire Station 6. We love you guys. Our sheriff's department with our captain, our battalion chief is here. I mean, this is what it's all about. This is what Lomita is all about. So I say thank you. I also want to acknowledge my good friend Michelle Chambers, who works for LA County Assessor Jeff Prang. Michelle Chambers is a councilwoman in the city of Compton. So welcome, Michelle. First of all, I just want to say thank you to our city manager. And I know I've said it time and time again, but we are so lucky in the city of Lomita. This guy I already know has gotten offers to go other places. But he chooses to stay here in Lomita because he's got a damn good city council. But he cares about this community. He truly does. And I just want to say thank you because we're very fortunate to have you. And whenever I get an opportunity, when I'm at California Contract Cities or any place, I always say how lucky we are to have a good city manager in Ryan Smoot. So thank you, Ryan. With every great leader, he's got department heads. And our department heads are the best in the South Bay, if not the best in California. So I say thank you to our department heads, to our staff, our city clerk. You guys rock. And I say thank you for doing what you do and always making us look good as a city council. You guys are the true warriors out there and doing everything that we do, leading the rest of the staff in the city of Lomita. So thank you, department heads. We appreciate you. And to all the rest of the city staff that are here, I see some of the park staff back there. Thank you to you guys. We know it takes a lot of work behind the scenes, and you guys a lot of times don't get credit for what you do, city staff, and we say thank you. I've seen you time and time again, work to the wee hours of the night or get there early, and not everybody might not see that, but we as a council do. So we say thank you to the city staff again for making us look good. Thank you, city staff. This past 21 months have been an adventure. And I will say the last 12 months as mayor has been an adventure too, but I tell you, it's been a gift. To see what our city staff and our city manager were able to do in adversity, you really find out who true leaders are and how great our staff is when you go through something like we did. And I'm sure you've seen it in your own companies, your own businesses, there's folks that have stepped up and really risen to the top. And I've seen this with our city staff. So you guys, last 20 months have been very difficult, and you guys have definitely risen to the top. I call you angels in the city, and it's true. You guys are angels, and I appreciate you. I also want to thank my city council. Now, this was an interesting year for me as mayor, going through the pandemic, but we did it together. It was never about me, it was always about we. And we did this together, and I'm so proud of all of you guys. I'm proud that, we got 2 great city council members in the last election, and Councilmember Barry Waite and Councilmember Bill Uphoff. You guys have been a tremendous asset to this city. You really have. And to have us just evolve this past year as council members, we're more than that. To me, we become friends and colleagues, and we respect each other. And I can't say that for a lot of cities. And I know I see some of you out there who have dealt with other cities. It's not the case. We're very fortunate in the city of Lomita to have a great city council. And I say thank you to all of you. Thank you to the wives and the husband, our soon-to-be first husband in the city of Lomita next week. Chris is going to be taking over because our mayor pro tem will be the mayor next week. And then Barry Waite will be our mayor pro tem. And it's just great to see the leaders that we have in this community. So again, city council, it's been an honor to work with you this last year, and it's been an honor to work with you as mayor. So thank you. One last little bit before we get into the Q&A. So I was thinking last night some of the highlights real quick, and I won't get into detail because some of the things that we're gonna talk about. Lemonade Day. I mean, I've been very lucky to be be mayor this past year and be a part of Lemonade Day. The military banners you'll hear. To have our Eagle Scout, Brandon Kamada, do what he did and now hand it over to the Kiwanis Club. This is a sustaining project that he started that will be, in my opinion, hopefully will be forever. And that's what the Eagle Scout project is all about, to be sustaining. So we're very excited to do this. Every other city I see when I drive around does it. Torrance, I just saw one today in Gardena, they do it. So it's nice that we're doing it right here in Lomita. So I'm really excited about that. If you can see right in the middle of the gymnasium, we dedicated this gymnasium to the late, great Mark Fosna, who worked here at the parks. And then also Tom Rico Center, we rededicated it again. And that was a very nice tribute that we had about a month ago. One thing I started this year, along with the Kiwanis Club, is the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. And I'm hoping Mayor Pro Tem Cindy Segawa carries it on and then goes on because it's a great opportunity for us to give back to our community, because we are not alone in what we do here. There's definitely a higher God that's guiding us. And then lastly, can't read my own writing here. Is in a couple weeks we're going to be dedicating the Lisa Patterson Memorial at Toykert Park. And this is something that we've been working for Ryan for a long time. And when I say angels, I also want to recognize Gil Torres and Luigi Schiappa, who have been amazing through this whole process. And we're finally at the finish line to dedicate this memorial. And Lisa Patterson, as you know, is one of our residents who died tragically in Las Vegas, one of the 59 members that died in the shooting. And I get choked up because Bob Patterson lost his soulmate. For those of you that have been married for a long time and are best friends with your wives, I just can't imagine. And to you, Bob Patterson, we prayed for him at the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. And this is a cool thing that you've done, Gil, and a great thing that you've done, Luigi. And Ryan, thank you for allowing us. City Council, thank you for allowing this to happen at Toykert Park. This is a long-lasting memorial that will be there forever for one of our residents. So with that, sorry to get all mushy. I'm ready for Q&A.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And it is my honor to be up here. I just, having known you, having gotten to know you over the past 2 years plus, I thank you for being so supportive of the chamber, our community, our people. I mean, you are a people person, and it's through and through. So thank you for sharing that. So you ready for the Q&A?
I'm ready.
I promise I won't grill you.
Hey, City Council, if I get stumped, can I call you up here?
We can just hand the mic to one of you, right?
Do I get a lifeline, Ryan? I call a friend.
There we go. There we go. So let's talk a little bit more in depth in terms of what our Mayor Pro Tem had brought up earlier. There's a lot of things that goes into running a city. For us as business owners, right, that's a challenge enough, isn't it? Firefighting one day, not to take anything away from that term from the professionals in the back of the room, but keeping things going and running and being stable and sustainable. I mean, all of those are priorities that our city has to keep their finger on the pulse of. And so one of the big terms for that, I think, for our city is infrastructure. So under the topic of infrastructure investment, water is a hot topic in our state. It's a hot topic locally, and I know that Lomita is working to upgrade its water production facilities with new systems, new filtration. But for those who don't know, how is the city of Lomita's water situation different from maybe some of our South Bay neighbors, and why is it important for our city to invest in the facility that we have and have access to water at the local level?
Great question. And if former Mayor Henry Sanchez was on the city council, I would have him answer this question. Because Henry Sanchez and Mike Savadan, both former mayors in this great city, worked tirelessly because of the water, to where we are today. And it's because of them, Henry, I want to recognize you and Mike for all your hard work. Because we're doing very well. Very well. And Lomita, we recognize the importance of having a safe, local source of drinking water, and that's very, very important. The water system is an asset to this city. We've invested millions and millions of dollars to upgrading and improving our ability to provide local water since we took over the water system from the county in the 90s. So we've done it for quite some time. This project stems from direct input from our residents. Let me say that again, direct input from our residents. And we developed this project to address those concerns and save the city money in the process in investments into the city's ability to meet its needs independently without relying on outside agencies or regions. That's very important. It's very critical to the future of the community and allows us to continue to serve our residents' needs even through the times of drought.
Let's hope we don't have any more droughts. Can we just pray for some rain?
As we go forward, we'll continue to look and expand our ability to produce water locally and provide the resilience and redundancy our residents expect. Speaking of water and our infrastructure, I'm excited to announce that the city was awarded a $1.1 million grant for the 247th Street water main replacement project. Deteriorated water lines will be replaced that will improve water quality in the distribution system, help improve water flow in case of an emergency, address our aging infrastructure, which we have a very, very aging infrastructure throughout the city, and street repairs. It is anticipated construction to begin in summer of 2022. So be ready, 247th Street. And it's just not water. It's not just our water system that's getting the new investment. Streets. When I ran for city office back in 2013 with Jim Gazeley right there, the number one issue was streets. When are you going to pave our street? Our street is horrible. We heard you loud and clear. But they were already on track. That council was when I joined the council in 2013, the direction was already to pave those streets, and that's what we've done since 2013. That's been a priority for the city council, and it continues. We know the condition of the streets, and we have a master plan, and we're sticking by that master plan. So sometimes it might take a little bit longer than you want, but believe me, we hear you loud and clear. We'll be resurfacing 4 of the 7 zones in our city, and we know it's a priority for the rest of the communities. And we'll be moving forward with sections of the rest of the city and to do this work. So we're very excited to continue this, and I'm hoping that the city council will continue this on because our streets are still not in great shape, but they're a lot better than they used to be, that's for sure. So we're continuing on with that. So hopefully that answers your question, not just on the water, but on the streets as well. Infrastructure is so important. Things you don't think about, and we take it for granted, but we need to spend money to do that as well.
It's just like owning a house, right? You got to keep your house in order and keep improving it and investing. So infrastructure is the key to all of that. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Lots of good projects going on, yes? Economic development, that's one of my favorites. I'm putting my chamber hat on right now, my business owner hat. It gets me so excited. Economic development, doesn't that sound great? It's important for our future. It's important for us to be a sustainable city. I know that an ongoing priority for the city is revitalizing and reimagining the downtown area of Lomita. What is the city's vision for that revitalization, and how is the city pursuing that vision? And do you see that vision growing beyond the downtown area?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've invested a lot of money, but also invested a lot of time in this. Like I said, we have a great staff. Alicia, who worked with us before, really kind of set the tone in getting this thing started with our city council and working with the business owners in the downtown area. I don't need to tell you that Burning Daylight Brewery is, you drive by there and the place is always packed. You probably don't see it packed because everybody's in the back too. So, little things like that really go a long way in our downtown area. The mixed use that that's zone in our downtown area on Narbonne and Lomita Boulevard, I think is starting to roll. And you see the development that's going on in and around Narbonne and Lomita Boulevard, and it's because people want to invest here in this community. They know that Lomita is the friendly city, and then we know that we have a great staff, and they know they can get things done here. And so they can cut through the red tape and get some stuff done. But we're excited because we just we did a ribbon cutting about just over a month ago of the little downtown little site there on Narbonne, transforming a vacant lot into a pedestrian-friendly community space. And some of the things that we want to do is hold some new events in that little area there, which is, as you know, it's right across the street from City Hall. Do some type of, car shows, live music, recreation programs, maybe even a craft beer festival, barbecue contest. I threw in salsa contest because I love making salsa, or maybe a chili contest. I'm sure we're going to need some judges for that. But it's just bringing the community together. We'd like to do things in front of our city hall. As you know, as you've seen, probably that the farmers market's now moved into the front. It's just letting people know that that the Lomita downtown area is up and alive. So we're excited. We're excited that we've invested some money into that, and we're hoping that more restaurants come in. There's some housing going on behind Burning Daylight, some condos that are going to be going up. It's all about the mixed use, and if we could bring in the commercial on the bottom and residential on the top, people love to live there where they can walk to a restaurant, walk to a brewery, walk to their cleaners or whatever it might be, or walk to City Hall and see a council meeting. Who knows? But so we're excited about our downtown area. We're excited about the economic development that we have. I'm excited that our Councilmember Barry Waite, who comes from economic development, has always got the ear of our city manager and advising him too, which is always good. It's always nice to have an expert like that on the city council. So I'm very excited about what the future holds for Lomita as far as economic development goes. I think I may have left something out here. Hold on one sec. Oh, I think that's it.
False alarm, everybody. So public safety, of course, that's important for all of us, for our businesses and as individuals and citizens of Lomita and our guests and visitors. As we saw earlier, that's one of the council's main goals, is maintaining and enhancing our public safety efforts. But what are some of the things that the city is doing to be actively engaged in ensuring public safety?
Before I answer that question, I just want to go back to economic development. I did forget something. The city did receive monies from the federal government, so we're using some of those monies. And I looked at Bill when I thought about that. Is we're putting the monies right back into the city for our business community, because we know that our businesses were hit hard. So you'll be able to apply for these grants if you are a business within our community. So information is already out. So you can go on our website to get more information about that, because like I mentioned before, we know how important our business community is. So whatever we could do to help out. So I know if Brent from Project Barley is watching this, he's been bugging me about when this money is coming out. They're out, so please apply soon. That's all I have for economic
Now can we
development.
talk about public safety? That was an important thing for y'all to know, yes? So of course the Chamber's happy to share that information from the city as well when that program is underway. But tell us about public safety,
Public
Mayor.
safety. So when we run as elected officials, and I'm looking at you, Jeff, because you know when you were a council member in West Hollywood, public safety is always the number one issue. Everybody wants a safe community where they can walk their dogs when they want throughout their neighborhood and feel safe, or wherever it is. And I'm proud that we have our sheriff's department. I'm proud that we have our LA County Fire, because these men and women put their lives out every day for us. And I say this day and night, these are our heroes in our community. And I say thank you to our sheriff's department. I say thank you to our fire department, because you guys are our heroes in our community. We partner with our fire department and with our sheriff's department. And some of the things that we've done this past year, the Cadillac converter, prevention events, we've done 2. And from what Ryan said, we're going to probably do another one here very soon at City Hall. So, and it's all about prevention and stealing this. This is a hot commodity right now, and they're stealing these Cadillac converters all over LA County. So whatever we can do as a city to prevent that, by all means, we'll do that. In addition, we put a speed radar signs recently installed on Eshelman Avenue near Fleming Middle School and St. Margaret Mary School. So be warned. Don't be speeding down there. And it's funny because a couple years ago when Eshelman was paved, man, there was people flying down that street because it was like a racetrack. It was like amazing because it was just paved. Well, now we know. We the residents have said, hey, do something about it, and we have, because I've heard from time and time again from people that live on Eshelman that it is a speedway. So we got those radar installed, so be careful.
So the infrastructure made the streets so good that you had to bring in the public safety efforts and slow people down.
Exactly. It's true. The city is also in enhanced traffic enforcement programs. We're in constant contact with the sheriff's department, with our captain, with John Despot, with Lieutenant Waite. I mean, they come to our council meetings, they call us if they need stuff, and vice versa. We're always in constant contact with them, and they hear us all the time. And we focus different traffic enforcement areas depending on, some of the hot places that we get. I mean, it all comes from our residents. The residents will contact us as city council members, and then in turn, we talk to the sheriff's department or talk to Ryan, our city manager, and the next thing you know, they're right on it. So again, thank you. We did another national night out, and each year it gets bigger and better because of Emma from the parks. She's always making it bigger and better, and this past year was incredible. And to have our captain there and to speak, and to have the sheriff's department and our fire department there, and to have the sheriff's department play games with the kids, that's what it's all about. To have the kids see these heroes in our community, that they are human beings. And I was tickled to see that. So thank you to Sheriff's Department and Fire Department for being there, and we'll continue to do it next year as well. We continue to have the annual anti-gang and drug-free presentation. We'll do that again next year. And then this past year we did it virtually, and then we also did it at the park. So hopefully we could all bring the kids all down here to the park, which would be nice. We also encourage residents to become more involved in their neighborhood watch. If you don't have a neighborhood watch in your community, or on your street, I should say, call City Hall, or call John Despot, or call the captain, call the Sheriff's Department, because you need to have neighborhood watch in your community. It's all about the community watching out for each other, especially here in Lomita. Also want to say that, this past, year, in the pandemic, I had the honor of delivering food to the Sheriff's Department once a week and to the fire department. And it was just nice to give back to these guys that give back to us each and every day. And Tara Housing for Community's Child, we had our food bank that we did out of Torrance, and we would always get extra food. And so we didn't want it to go to waste. So I made sure that I went down there every Thursday and delivered that food to the Sheriff's Department, and they were always so excited to see what I brought them, and the sheriff, and also the fire department. So again, thank you to both you, the fire department, and the Sheriff's Department for what you do. And this was just a small thing that we were able to do to give back to you on behalf of Community's Child. So thank you. So that's all I have for public safety, but it continues and will always be a number one priority for this city council for sure.
That's the number one priority. Thank goodness we have such a strong force to help keep us safe, so thank you. All right, let's talk about long-term planning around housing. Ooh. So tell me about some of the construction projects currently underway in Lomita that are bridging the housing and commercial properties.
Sure, love to talk about housing. Housing is a hot topic, right, Jim Gazeley? So one of our council members is on the regional housing, board for SCAG, and they're the ones that have to approve the housing element every 4 years. Jim Gazeley voted no on this because, and unfortunately for us, or however you look at it, we have to put in 800 more units in our small little city in the next 8 years. 800 more units. So 100 units every year we got to put in. And we're mandated by the state to do this. This is not something the city council came up with, believe me. We want our small town feel. And it's important to have that small town feel. But we're working diligently to provide a wide range of housing opportunities for our residents. However, and I say however, recent state housing bills have added complexity to Lomita's housing vision. And it's SB 9 and SB 10 are housing bills that will go in effect January 1st, 2022. SB 9 allows a residential lot of a minimum of 1,200 square feet to be split, resulting in 2 lots of approximately the same size with the potential to add 2 800 square foot accessory dwelling units on each lot. So 1 lot can be turned into 4. This is not the city of Lomita that's doing this, people. It's the state. That's SB 9. SB 10 allows a city to voluntarily adopt an ordinance to upzone any parcel up to 10 residential dwelling units, but it's not mandatory. And let me tell you, we have our assembly member, Al Marisucci, and we have our state senator, Ben Allen. And I'm here to tell you, they voted no. I can't say that for a lot of other communities in our surrounding areas because they voted yes. But our representatives voted no. And I want you to know that because it took courage, because these are 2 Democrats that are up in a Democratic majority up in Sacramento, and I know they took heat for it, but they represent us. And they both come from local government, and they get it, and thankfully they didn't drink the Kool-Aid up there, and they voted no. So I want you to, if you do see Al, if you do see Ben, go up and thank them, because our city council was in constant contact with them. Our city staff was in constant contact with them, because we know how important this was. Unfortunately, it was voted in, but we tried our best and did what we can. So I just wanted to let you know that as well. Let's talk projects. Well, as you know, actually, before I talk projects, right now we're in the midst of updating our housing elements, our general plan. So you'll be hearing more about that. We've started it, and we budgeted for it. So this will be going on for the next couple years, and this is where we're able to look at our city and plan for our city for many years to come. And it's important that we do this. We're actually behind the ball here. We haven't done it since, I believe, 1998. Is that correct, Ryan? But so now we're doing it in 2021, and we'll probably be done by either next year or early of 2023. So as far as projects go, you've seen the projects. A few years ago, we approved the project at Lomita Boulevard and Crenshaw, the Picerne project, and you guys seen it, I'm sure. It's 5 stories, 4 stories, 5 stories, underground parking, 220 units, and when we voted on it, it was unanimous. It was unanimous at the Planning Commission, and this is part of what we need to do as a city. I mean, like I said, we're mandated to do this 800 units in the next 8 years. So we look at it as an opportunity for the city for different type of housing. I mean, these are going to be luxury apartments. We look at it as luxury apartments for our millennials. And I know that intersection is bad. Believe me, I drive it each and every day. And I'm trying to bypass it going around, either coming down Narbonne or Eshelman when I come back from, going over to Torrance Crossroads or even to the movies at AMC rather than hit Crenshaw Boulevard. But it's essential that we provide different types of housing for our residents. I know it doesn't look like, I know it's an eyesore right now, but let me tell you, once it's built, I think it's going to be something that Lomita is going to be proud of. I really do. That's why we voted for it as a city council. And at the end of the day, if we don't do something in Lomita to beautify our city, then everything's going to happen across the street in Torrance. I'm here to tell you that I guarantee you that across the street, that those oil fields, the vacant oil fields, someday will turn into something. Because Costco turned into something. PV Bowl now is Aldi Market and Chick-fil-A and Connecticut. It's funny because when we talk about traffic, and I wasn't going to get into this, but I'm going there anyway. When we talk about traffic, when the largest Costco west of the Mississippi went in, there was no opposition. That's the traffic. When Amazon went in over there, behind Costco over there was no opposition at their planning commission. That's your traffic. When PV Bowl was transformed into Connecticut, Aldi, and Chick-fil-A, the only opposition was at that planning commission was those that didn't want to give up PV Bowl. That's your traffic. So if we were to, and I tell people this because people talk to me about this all the time. Mark, the traffic, what's going to happen? People, 220 units, they're going to have, each one of them is going to have a car. They're going to have 2 cars. What's going on? I'm telling you, the people that are going to live there are already going by there. It's not like somebody from Huntington Beach or Downey is going to say, oh my God, Lomita's building this 220 units. I'm going to go live in Lomita. Folks, it's people that are driving past there each and every day, either at Torrance Memorial or at or any of those industrial places just down the street on Lomita Boulevard, because there's a lot of people working down there, and those people will probably live right there at the Picerne project. So I don't mean to get off the subject, and we're building other projects in the downtown area. You've seen it on 250th or just actually 248th, which is an extension of our downtown on Narbonne, mixed use there again. I mean, that's what our downtown plan calls for, is mixed use on our Narbonne corridor as well as our Lomita Boulevard corridor. So that's what we're doing, and you know, like I said, people like to invest here in the city of Lomita because it is the friendly city. We like to, we're trying to do our best to make sure that we build nice projects, and I think we've done that. And you're going to probably see some more coming down the pipe here, especially in that corridor there. So we're excited about that, and growth is this is a good. I wanted to highlight this. Growth is inevitable, but balanced growth will be the key to our success. And that's what we're all about as a city council. Again, growth is inevitable, but balanced growth will be the key to our success. And that's what we're doing. So hopefully that answers a little bit about it. And I know our council is always happy to answer any questions about housing. But again, we're mandated by the state to do this, and we have to do what we need to do. And it's not just our city; it's all the cities in California that have to do this. In the South Bay, and I can't remember what Torrance has to do. How many units? Torrance has to do 5,000 units. So, I'm telling you, they'll probably build them right across the street on Crenshaw there in Lomita Boulevard. So that open tank farm there. So who knows?
Wow, that was a thorough answer. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a few things happening in our wonderful city. But I mean, it ties nicely into the next question in terms of, as you said, the state has required our cities to build these numbers at these levels, which sounds good maybe on paper, but in reality, is that really the best use, right? And so local control, I know, is important too. It's a priority as well. But with regards to that, it's critical to have a position on legislative matters and advocacy and regional engagement. So you have to have your voice heard at the local level. So how is Lomita making its voice heard in Sacramento and in some of the decisions on housing and other issues impacting its residents? What do you guys do as a city to influence the legislative side of things?
Sure. Thank you, Heidi. So as you know, and maybe you don't know, I've had the pleasure this past year of serving as president of the California Contract Cities Association, which is made up of 76 cities, mainly cities from LA County. And this past September, we hosted their annual conference. Our city of Lomita did this out in Indian Wells, and really put our small town on the map. We'll get to the bigger map later on when we talk about Lemonade Day. But being a part of this organization and having my colleagues be a part of this is really a big deal. Contract Cities is a very good organization because not only do we have a voice locally with the county supervisors, because we have a great relationship with the county supervisors, which is key, but also on the state level. We meet with in fact, next month we'll be going up to Sacramento, and we're meeting with the leadership up there, with the speaker, with the Senate Pro Tem, with committee leaders or committee chairs as well. And so we're excited to go up there. And we monitor things. We have a dedicated city person that monitors legislation. We have a dedicated firm that watches and helps us out throughout the year up in Sacramento. And it's important to us. We're always looking for opportunities, grant opportunities on the legislative front to bring to the city of Lomita, either be for water, for infrastructure, for parks, you name it. We're looking at it. I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you again to my city staff for putting on the best conference at Contract Cities has probably ever done, and I still get compliments from all of you. So Ryan, you set the tone from day one. I mean, Ryan was running around like a chicken with his head cut off always, and making sure that the everything was going well in conjunction with California Contract Cities. But again, I want to thank Kathleen, Emma, Mike Sansbury and his wife Yvette, Hunter, Joey Vida, Robert Heaney, Cece, Maria, and Letty. Did I leave anybody out there, Emma? Okay, good. See her in the back there. So you guys were rock stars, and you know how I feel about you guys, and just like Contract Cities, we're family. We're family here with the city of Lomita, and we work very, very close with our legislators to make sure that we get our fair share in Lomita, because at the end of the day, we're a small city. We have to partner with organizations like Contract Cities, with like Joint Powers, California Joint Powers Insurance Authority, like the League of California Cities, known as Cal Cities now, with SCAG, and many others throughout this region, in order to make sure that Lomita gets its fair share, either be grants or whatever it might be. It's so important because we are a small town that we play with the big boys and at least partner with the big boys to get things done. So we continue to do that. I'm just, like I said, I'm happy that we have a legislative committee that Jim Gazeley and I sit on, and we're always looking at legislative bills that affect us locally, and we're there to write the governor or write our local legislators that let them know how we feel about that as well. So we're in good shape legislatively. We do our best.
Well, there's missed opportunities if you don't have a seat at the table, right? So we do recognize that and thank our city for representing us.
We have a saying with Contract City as our executive board: if you don't have a seat at the table, then you're on the menu. I know, it's deep. It's deep. If you don't have a seat at the table, you're on the menu. So we don't want to be on the menu. We want to make sure we have that voice heard.
Okay. So let's talk about finances. A little financial planning. Where's our financial planner there in the back? I see Dee Dee some there. As a public agency, how has Lomita managed the short-term and long-term economic effects of the pandemic, and what are some of the things that the city is doing to ensure that Lomita has a healthy financial future?
Well, we're lucky. We have a great finance director in Susan Kamada, and last November we passed Measure L, which local funding measure with close to 60% support. And I just want to say thank you to our residents for, believing in us and trusting us that we're doing the right thing here, because that money goes right into our city. It's roughly about $1.3 million annually that goes right back into our city. And let me tell you, it's going in, and we're able to do some things that we couldn't do in the past. So we're excited to do stuff as far as essential services like water quality and other things within the city. So economic development, as public safety costs rises, we're able to use some of that money as well. So it's something that we needed, and I say thank you to our residents for doing that, because if we didn't do it, then those monies would have went to the county, and we would have lost that. So now they're going to us each and every year. We're also, as I said earlier, we also got monies from the federal government, $4.8 million revenue. Bill and I sit on that subcommittee, and we were able to hammer out some opportunities, which I mentioned earlier, for grants for our business community. But a lot of those monies are going to go right back into our city, as far as infrastructure, some improvements at City Hall, and improvements at our parks. And so we're able to use that money for the betterment of our citizens and the city here in Lomita. So it's important that we do have, like I said, we're very blessed to have Susan Kamada and her team in working with us, and we'll continue on. And I got to tell you, we were very fortunate through this whole pandemic, these last 21 months, that we didn't have to lay off anybody. That says a lot. I mean, I remember when we as a council last year, and Henry probably remembers this too. I mean, this wore on me a lot, because I didn't want to. I mean, we're playing with the livelihood of our employees. Last thing we wanted to do was to furlough or let anybody go, and we didn't. Everybody ran. The city ran smoothly. We had to dip into our reserves barely last year. We didn't have to do any of that this year. In fact, we had a surplus. So, again, we're very lucky to have a great city staff, and I'm just so glad that the city council did what we did to make sure that the cities ran smoothly. And it really took a toll on us, but we were able to weather the storm, and things look bright. As things move in, more businesses move in, the better for us. new gas station came in on PCH, the gas tax comes right directly to us. So little things like that within our city go a long way in our community. Are we almost over?
Just a few more questions. Okay.
No math questions.
10 plus 2? Too easy? All right. So speaking of the pandemic, what are some of the lessons? I mean, we've all learned, I think, valuable lessons from the pandemic and are still learning every day. But what are some of the things that the city has learned from the past year?
Sure. Before I answer that question, I just wanted to add to the finances. And I just want to say, working with you and Eric and the Lomita Chamber board has been awesome. It really has. And I just want to make sure you know that. Having you, when we first started this 6 years ago, Jim Gazeley was mayor, we didn't have a chamber. And here we are 6 years later with not just a chamber, but a vibrant chamber. And it's important when I say finances, yes, that we work with you and we're all in this together. I mean, without a vibrant community, we can't have a vibrant city without a vibrant chamber, and we have that in you, and we have that with you in the board, which has been incredible. So again, thank you for working with us, for partnering with us, and we always have an open door with our city council, with our city staff. I'm the council liaison to the chamber, and I enjoy it. I love working with the chamber. Great people, great businesses like South Bay Credit Union and others throughout our community. So again, thank you, Heidi, for all you do. I don't think people realize that you guys are the ones that started Lemonade Day. You're the one that started the farmers market, and things are going to continue on. So again, thank you.
Thank you. And obviously the people in this room make it possible because we are volunteer, but thank you, Mr. Mayor.
So what have we learned through this pandemic? Like I said before, we have a resilient staff, and even through these, the mandates and the restrictions, and it was difficult to get a lot of our, parks and rec programs. We haven't been able to do what we love to do and what we're known for in Lomita, our parks and rec programs, and we've had to dial it down, and there was some instances we didn't have anything. So now we're starting to amp up again, which I'm so excited, and it's just nice to see, kids running around at the park and in the community, because things are starting to get back to normal. I mean, I don't think they ever will be, or at least to where we were before this pandemic. But one thing that when we had our goal setting section I brought up is that we were what can we learn from the pandemic? I mean, we've weathered the storm. Some cities didn't weather the storm. Some cities had to dip into their coffers, into their reserves. But here in Lomita, we were very fortunate. And in a lot of those cities, they rely heavily on sales tax. We're not a heavily sales tax city, so we don't really rely heavily on that. So we were able to weather the stone of this COVID pandemic. And even some city halls are not even open yet. I mean, luckily for us, we've been able to kind of roll with the punches and have a city hall that's open, at least up until the front counter, and we have a gracious staff that's always willing to help our residents. So we've been very fortunate to weather the storm, and we know the storm is not over, but we still take precautions, working with our business community, because we know like I said, they were hit hard through this. And just some of the things that I know, the graduation photos, you might seem so insignificant, but let me tell you, for those kids up at, in front of City Hall to do those, last year in 2020 and this year 2021, we had so many people stop by, not just from Lomita, but from Torrance and up on the peninsula to take pictures in front of our City Hall because of the restrictions of what they could and could not do. So that was nice that we were able to provide that. And Emma in the background, on the back there, that was her brainchild. So thank you, Emma, for doing that. One of the things that we did in regards to this is that during the pandemic is that we've been able to collect plastic caps. And Cindy would collect plastic caps from her school at President Avenue and drop them off over at City Hall. And I know, we probably have to get those picked up soon. right? But we turned those plastic caps into buddy benches with our Kiwanis Club. And we just dedicated our first buddy bench last month, actually early this month, or no, we were December 1st, last month, to President Avenue. And so we're excited about that. And our next buddy bench will be at Eshelman Elementary School. And it's something that we do right here in our community, and we were able to do that during the pandemic. We're also, like I said, resuming youth sports. And as I said before, we were able to dedicate the very special Lomita coach, mentor, and friend and neighbor, Mark Fosna, with his name right in the middle of the court and up on top there, and rededicate the whole Tom Rico Center, which was very well done. And again, the military banners that I talked about a little while ago. Brendan Kamada, one of our city employees, his son. We continue to have the events that we have, the fireworks show, the Easter Drive celebration, Halloween at Park, and of course our upcoming Christmas events. And if you don't know, this Friday at 5:30 p.m. in front of Lomita City Hall, we'll have our tree lighting ceremony with special guests, Santa Claus. So you all are invited, and that's this Friday at 5:30. So we continue to move, we continue to roll with the punches as a city, as a council, as a city staff, and things are moving forward.
Did I hear something about snow?
Oh my God, I forgot that. We've been talking about snow for I don't know how many years, and thanks to Ryan and Emma, we're going to have snow. Snow in front of City Hall. Don't worry, we have good insurance. Everything's going to be okay.
And I just want to echo what our mayor said. Thanks to Emma and the Parks and Rec team and our relationship with the city. They have been instrumental in helping support the chamber and our vendors who show up at the farmers market every Sunday. Not everybody wants to work on a Sunday, and so we just thank Emma and her whole crew in the city for allowing us to do that. So lots of great things happening in our amazing city, yes? We are the friendly city, yes? We're the awesome city, yes? I don't hear the people on the live stream, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, last question, I promise.
Last one, thank God.
All right. So tell me about this special thing on the interweb that you guys are announcing today.
So one thing we've learned through this pandemic is communication is key. So I'm happy to tell you that the council approved a brand new website. www.lomitacity.com. Very user-friendly, so if you have some spare time this afternoon, get on, learn a little bit about our city, but we're so excited about this because now we can communicate a little bit better with our residents through our website, so very cool.
That's awesome news. Awesome news. Well, I'd say the city has achieved quite a bit during the past year through the pandemic, and it's all about planting seeds for the future, right? That is our theme, right? So one of the things that came out of this year's collaboration between the city and the chamber was today's theme, and it was inspired by Lemonade Day, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But the typical saying is what? When life gives you lemons, cry.
You make lemonade.
Try again. When life gives you lemons,
you make lemonade.
You make lemonade. Thank you. So we're playing on that, and we took it a step further. So when life gives you lemons, you plant seeds for the future. And I think that's really poignant for the past couple of years we've gone through and what the city has done and all of our partners in this room and watching at home. And this includes inspiring our next generation. So our mission was to inspire entrepreneurs and community leaders and working together with the city. That's exactly what we did earlier this year in August. On a very nice warm Saturday in our wonderful city, we had our inaugural Lemonade Day event. We had 37 young entrepreneurs have lemonade stands throughout our amazing city, and a couple others popped over in Torrance, so if you saw them, they were part of our program. But it really gave the young people in our community the opportunity to understand what it means to run a business in real life, IRL, right? In real life. And after, I think, homeschooling, Zoom schooling, COVID and all that stuff, it really gave the kids a great opportunity to experience these lessons. And Mark, how many lemonade stands did you and your wife, Christine, visit?
I hit 16, she hit 15, but our Mayor Pro Tem hit 26, 27? 27. Councilmember Uphoff? 10. So we hit a lot of them. As somebody coined, we got lemonade wasted. But I like to say the saying, when life gives you lemons, you do lemonade day. Right?
I like that. So we had a lot of lemonade drinking going on. So I just want to thank everybody out in the community who supported that and made it happen. And I just also want to recognize that this wouldn't have been possible if certainly our collaboration with the city, but also the volunteers and mentors, many of whom are in this room. Please raise your hands. You all deserve a huge round of applause. Our mentors, we called them the Lemon Council. Mark called them the Lemon Heads, I think. That's his favorite candy. They really worked hard in the months and weeks leading up to that event and really just encouraged the kids to go for it. You know, so much creativity. It brought families together, maybe separated families where they're working with their dad to build the stands and then mom's helping the doing the marketing for their new lemonade business. And so we are excited to hopefully do this every single year. So we hope to do this again in August. So for those who are on our Lemon Council, January, get ready. We're going to start planning. But the exciting thing about this is our first year, we had one inspiring young entrepreneur out of our 37 who went on to win the National Youth Entrepreneur of the Year. And our winner was flown to Lemonade Day National Headquarters in Houston. The mayor and I went as well to support this lucky young winner who worked so hard to recognize her. She met the board of directors. She had to speak to the board. She got this amazing trophy. Now, how many of you have had her lemonade? Have you had some lemonade here today? Yes?
Yeah.
Shout it out so the people at home can hear you. Who's had lemonade from Brianna? All right. I like the mango. That's my favorite, but I think she has. Do you have 5 out here today? Okay, she has 5 different lemonades. So, again, first year doing Lemonade Day Lomita. Our winner here went on to win national. So let's take a look back at Lemonade Day and see a little bit more about Brianna's experience.
This is our first year that we're doing Lemonade Day, and we're going to do it again and again and again. And we have had meetings with our mentees, helping them with ideas on their business plan, what type of lemonade they're going to have, what are they going to put in their lemonade, are they selling something else beside it? Just really helping them think outside the box when it comes to being an entrepreneur and having a business that's a little different from the one next door. Locations, helping them pick their locations. So it's been holding their hand, every step of the way.
It's the smiles on the kids' faces. It's watching them collect donation monies for their charity causes. It's seeing the parents engage with the kids. It just gives you a really good feeling, a really good satisfaction knowing that you might be actually impacting someone at a very young age for the rest of their lives.
Lemonade Day is finally here, and I am so excited. We've been waiting for this day since Heidi brought it to my attention and said, hey, I want to do Lemonade Day here in Lomita. And I said, what is Lemonade Day? And so here we are, probably about 7 months later, and it's awesome. It is awesome that the city, the business community has embraced the kids and Lemonade Day, and it's a great day here in Lomita.
This day has been absolutely amazing. These past 8 weeks that we've been working to get to today were so worth it. The kids have been amazing, and this day has just been so amazing.
It's going very well. We're very busy. Me and my mom had to make the lemonades and test them to see if they were good, and juice all the lemons, and then make the lemonade so we could blend it, and so we could make the frozen lemonade. And there was a lot of things that would take very long to list. I want to give 80% to the Marine Mammal Care Center and save 20 to maybe help my business keep growing. I participated in Lemonade Day because I love giving to people in need or animals in need, and I just didn't have enough money for me to donate myself, so I wanted to do this to donate. I've learned how much money it takes to get everything you need and how much business you can get.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the Lemmies.
And this entrepreneur did a number of things to spread the word about their business. They made other handmade items, they had 3 different choices of lemonade, and they sold over 200 cups of lemonade. This entrepreneur made the highest in sales and, of course, was incredibly philanthropic. The Lemmy for highest grossing sales goes to Breeze Frozen Lemonade.
I made $1,625. I had actually 4 different flavors of lemonade.
Oh! I'm getting schooled right now.
I had peach, mango, strawberry, and normal lemonade. I donated 80% out of the 100 to my donation. I donated to the Marine Mammal Care Center.
Youth Entrepreneur of the Year experience the full spectrum of using their creativity, determination, and hard work and commitment that goes into being a business owner. They pre-promoted their business on social media, as well as at several other events around town. They made necklaces, bracelets, and lemon-scented slime, in addition to strawberry, peach, mango, and plain lemonade. What made their product different was that it was frozen, and people heard about it across town and beelined over there to have some. They overcame some nerves when pitching for their loan at the South Bay Credit Union, but they built their stand with Dad. They had a mini stand. They designed and made their own aprons and made a generous donation to the Marine Mammal Center. And one of the things that I read in this submission, which I thought was really interesting, is that this young entrepreneur is now so inspired that they want to go on and continue being an entrepreneur and is working to get a business license, would like to set an appointment to talk to a few people to figure that out and continue to carry on their business. So, you probably already guessed who the Youth Entrepreneur of the Year is for Lemonade Day Lomita 2021. The winner is Miss Brianna from Breeze Frozen Lemonade.
I just wanted to say this took a lot of work to do. It was very hard for me to do, especially with not having a lot of people doing certain things, but I still did have a lot of people to help me, and I'm thankful for those people helping me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet for Brianna Garcia, who put Lomita on the map here in the U.S. Brianna, please come up with your mom, Erica. Let's hear it for Brianna Garcia. All right, Brianna, take a seat. We'll be brief here. I know you love to talk in front of a huge audience. So with that, what has been your favorite part of Lemonade Day?
My favorite part of Lemonade Day was getting to see the happy faces of the people who bought the lemonade and the happy faces of the people who worked at the Marine Mammal Care Center.
Awesome. And we know that you had the most tasty lemonade because everybody drank some today, but you raised some money for what organization again?
The Marine Mammal Care Center.
And how much money did you raise for them?
In total for them, I donated about $700. $782.
$782 went to the Marine Mammal Center up in San Pedro. Now, we got to see you in action in Houston, Texas, and we know that this was your first plane ride?
Yes.
How did you enjoy your first plane ride?
It was a little scary at first, but when I got used to it, it was fun.
And what did you do when you were in Houston?
I went to an aquarium, a zoo,
The chocolate bar.
to a chocolate bar.
She set the schedule for all of us. and we had a blast. And I'll tell you, it was just it was neat to see, and Heidi and I got to witness it with the National Lemonade Day Council. And it was just really cool to see her in action, to talk to the council. Normally, she would be speaking at a conference, but with COVID, they didn't have the conference, but they wanted to recognize her in Houston, Texas, with the National Lemonade Day Council. So now that you've won the National Entrepreneur, what are you going to do next year?
I'm hoping I can do Lemonade Day again, and hopefully make more money for the same donation.
Right on. This is what it's all about, folks. She raised the money not for herself, but to give back to a local nonprofit. So I'm hoping that we can do Lemonade Day again next year. It'll be our second annual. I know it's a lot of work for the Chamber, and I know it's a partnership with the City of Lomita, with the Kiwanis Club, with the gas company and the Cal Water, and all of us here, South Bay Credit Union. A lot of companies really did a lot for this Lemonade Day, so thank you. So hopefully we'll do it again. Any parting words you want to say to everybody out there? Anything about your mom and dad?
Because of my mom and dad, I got to build my own stand. I got to try out new flavors of lemonade, and I got to make a lot of people happy.
Right on. Let's hear it again for Brianna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mom.
Congratulations again to Brianna, and thank you to Mom and Dad. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for his Q&A. Please give our mayor a round of applause. And just, if you guys didn't know, actually Brianna, she shared with me. Can I tell him about the thing that your mom showed me about the logo? She now has a logo for her company, Breeze Frozen Lemonades. And she is going to continue this business. So I look forward. We actually have an appointment next Tuesday. We're going to meet for lunch. We're going to have a business meeting. We're going to talk about her business license and what she needs to do to get going. And just thank you guys once again. Congratulations. You represented this amazing event so well, and we're very proud of you. Thank you so much. Well, this is the wrap-up for our 2021 State of the City, and once again, I'd like to thank our Mayor, Mark Waronek, our Mayor Pro Tem, Cindy Segawa, former Mayor and Councilmember Jim Gazeley, Councilmembers Barry Waite and Bill Uphoff, obviously the amazing spouses in this room, and the entire city team for your leadership and support for today's event. And we love, 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 and honor our continued collaboration between the city and the chamber. Thank you to our sponsors. Please support your sponsors for your generosity, and thank you all for being here today at the luncheon. And did you guys enjoy your lunch? Yes? Continental Gourmet, thank you so, so much. Thank you, Breeze Frozen Lemonade, for the beverages. She is our official beverage caterer. And also I want to recognize Floral 101 for the beautiful centerpieces. If one of our guests from each table would like to take one home, please do so. And make sure that you shop local and support our local businesses this holiday season. Floral 101 is one of our newer businesses. And how nice is it to have a flower shop in Lomita again, right? They will also be at the farmers market as well, hopefully later this month. So again, thank you, Sergio Sandy Mortara from Continental Gourmet and the team for the lunch. Thanks, Bree, and her now famous frozen lemonade. And as we close, I think we can be inspired certainly by this past year's challenges, successes, and know that it's clear from what our city, our residents, our first responders, our businesses, our other absolutely amazing organizations have done when we come together. It's not about making the best of it, but looking ahead to what is important for our future. So I'll leave you with a quote from Napoleon Hill. Every adversity, every failure, every headache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. So when life gives you lemons, go out and plant seeds for the future. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you again next year. Happy holidays. Support your local businesses. And on behalf of the Chamber, we'll see you very soon out in the community. Have a great day, you guys. Thanks, everyone, for watching at home.